My name is Chacidy. I'm from Dallas, Texas. Why do I get tattoos? Honestly, I don't know why. I started getting tattoos when I was 17 or 18. Whenever it was legal for me to start doing it, I guess the rebellion phase. One of my most meaningful tattoos is about my brother that passed away. It's just a green ribbon that stands for mental health awareness, and I have his birthday and his death day. We don't know what happened, but my brother and I got the same matching tattoo on the same arm. What I want people to know about his condition is understanding that somebody you might know or might not know might have this condition. He was diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic. That he was textbook diagnosed. He was diagnosed when he was 18, and it can be something that is treated if you do it right. But one thing that people don't understand is that homeless people might have a mental condition. Somebody you work with might have a mental condition that they don't know about, that they might not be treating. And one thing that if you see a homeless person that looks like they're out of their mind, they might be literally out of their mind. I've seen people on the street that I know that are on the street because they don't have somebody that cared for them like my mother or my family did. They didn't have somebody that said, I can't deal with this person right now because they're not doing what they're supposed to do, or I don't have the mental capacity, physical capacity, or financial capacity to take care of you. So that person ends up on the street because the person that is in charge of taking care of them cannot do it. And so this person that's on the street is somebody that's walking in a store and may not know how to give you love and affection because they don't have that. So even if you are doing something for somebody and they don't even say thank you, maybe they don't know how to say thank you, and it's okay. Do I feel like my tattoo helped the healing or grieving process? No. I did it as a remembrance for my brother. Healing takes work. Healing takes time. Healing takes you actually saying, okay, I need to heal. You can't always heal by yourself. I went to counseling, grief counseling, and there's a number of grief counseling areas. There's Grief Share, which my mother taught. I went to personal counseling, and the personal counseling I did over 6 months. The 6 months of counseling definitely helped because it gave me the tools to understand what I was feeling at the time. It gave me the tools to understand that everybody around you does not know what you're going through, and it's not their fault. So you can't get mad at anybody for not doing what you want them to do. And learning how to communicate that was another thing that helped me in grief counseling. But the tattoo itself definitely did not help. I just got it for something to remember my brother by. What have I learned about my own mental health for me, has nothing to do with my brother or my tattoos. It has just understanding. Honestly, I wasn't happy. There was a point in my life that I didn't understand why I wasn't happy. It got to a point where I was looking up books on how to be happy. When you get to a point when you're looking up books and things on how to be happy, that's when you understand there's a problem. I didn't know I was depressed. I didn't know I had anxiety, and I had anxiety for years, since I was in high school, since I can remember in high school having anxiety, and nobody around me knew what anxiety was, so they didn't know how to tell me that I had anxiety. Grief counseling honestly helped me understand. Actually, I went to counseling before grief counseling, and that's when I found out that I had depression. The counselor told me that I was depressed every single day, and I didn't know I was depressed. I was going to work, going to church, going to school, wherever I was going, putting on a happy face, and going home and wondering why I'm just like in a hole. So I think just my life and understanding that I used to be happy and that I'm no longer happy and wanting to get back to my happiness is what helped me understand that I had something going on. And living in a hole or feeling like you did something wrong every day, feeling like something is going to happen and it's not going to happen, or you're just going about your regular day and you feel like you did something wrong. That's not normal. Just talk to somebody. There's free counseling anywhere. You can look it up online, just anything, because that's what I did. I did free counseling, and I wanted to heal so bad that I reached out to pretty much anybody. And there's gonna be people that don't know that that's what you need. So understand that there's gonna be people, you might be going to somebody that says, oh, they're a really good person, they can help me. But they might not know that's what you need. Because I do remember going to people and saying, hey, can I get your number? Can we connect? Can we do this? But they're thinking, I'm just a random person, we can connect. But no, I'm thinking I need you to help me heal, and they know nothing about that. What impact do I think I want to have on the Black community or the world? I honestly don't want to have one. I feel like everybody plays a role. Everybody plays a part. There's people that have big parts and there's people that have small parts. And I feel like the part that I want to play is a smaller part. My part, I want to prove not only to myself, but to my family that somebody that looks like me can do this. I'll be the first person in my family that has a doctor's degree. And that's one thing that I am striving for. My mother was the first person to have her degree, period. I was the second, and I want to be the first to have a doctor's degree. So that's one thing that I want to have, not just for the Black community, but mainly for my family. So the interaction between my brothers and I, or my family and I, was a little different because my brother got diagnosed a little before I went off to college. We are in Dallas, Texas, and I went to college in Georgetown, Kentucky, which is a 15-hour drive. So my mother and my youngest brother had to deal with a lot of the physical part of it. I was the one that was calling in, always asking for my brother, always asking, how's he doing? What are y'all doing? But before I went to Kentucky, I think my role just changed just a little bit more. I'm the oldest of my brothers, even though we're a year apart. My mother raised us by herself. So I had to be the one to step up because she went to school while we were in school. So I had to be the one to step up to work, to cook for my brothers, to clean, to do everything. So I was, in a sense, their second parent. The role, I think, in everybody's role changed because we went more of a kind of parent's role to a caretaker role, because we had to make sure that he was taking his medicine, that he was taking a shower. I was bribing my brother with cigarettes to get him to take a shower because he wouldn't. And why, I don't know, but yeah, you just have to change the way that you do things as more of a caretaker role. And one way that I did have to change is that I didn't understand when I came back from college one day is I was talking to him in a way that I would normally talk to him before he got sick. And my mother came up to me and she was like, Chacidy, you can't talk to him that way. He's not gonna understand what you're saying. You cannot speak to him that way. You need to do it a different way. And in my head, I'm just telling him to do this. And my mom was like, no, that's not gonna work. Trust me, it's not gonna work. What did I gain from the relationship with my brother? I feel like I gained what anybody would gain from a relationship. Well, what I would hope they would gain from a relationship, which is love, really. There is nothing that my brother honestly could have ever physically given me. I was always the one taking care of them because I was the one that had a job. I was always the one that was taking them out to eat with me just because, picking them up from school, going to get candy, ice cream, whatever it is. It sucks that when I see other people and their siblings and they don't get along and they don't have that love for each other that my brother and I have. Yeah, that's the one thing that I will always have is the love that he gave, the laughs. The way that he has helped me is I help people now just because, understanding that if my mom wasn't there to do the things that she did, because I was in college, I was in a whole other state. My youngest brother was too young to do the things that she did. He was too young to fully provide financially and physically for him. So if she didn't do the things that she did, my brother would have been on the street. So the positive thing that my brother has done for me is to understand that he could have been the one on the street. He could have been the one hungry